our tips to live the best experience with the digital world. Did you know that you can significantly drop your data consumption when playing your videos? Yes, this is possible by optimizing the resolution of your videos. Launch YouTube. Launch a video. Go to the three small dots on the top right of your screen. Click on Quality. Choose the 240p or 360p format. On Netflix. Launch Netflix. Go to the three small lines at the bottom right of the screen. Click on Settings. Choose Video Quality. Select Standard Quality. We can do incredible things with our smartphone, like optimizing the quality of videos to save data.
Good afternoon. I'm so excited about my next guest, Ms. Hawa Marvie, who is the founder and president of the Association of Liberian Businesses in America. You know, I'm always super excited about women in business, and to have another Liberian who has mobilized businesses in the U.S. So I think this is going to be a good conversation, great conversation, very resourceful conversation. So thank you so much, Howard, for joining us. How are you feeling this COVID? First of all, how are you?
Salmantu, it's a blessing to know that we are now going downhill for the COVID. But I'm feeling wonderful. I am blessed.
Good.
Business is still running and we are doing good.
Good.
So yeah, I'm feeling good. And how are you doing in Liberia?
We're doing good. You know, Liberia has really, put on their big girl draws or big boy draws, and we're, we're doing it the best as we can. We're doing pretty good so far. As of the day, there were no new cases. So
very good.
Yeah, we're doing good. Thank God.
We're so worried about Liberia though.
I know. And I think people use that word a lot, the resilience of Liberia, it really showed again during this pandemic. Of course, there are still challenges with the business community for a lot of Liberian-owned businesses, as well as, our foreign family who are here doing business. So the COVID has really been a burden on the private sector, as it has been, all over the world. So
absolutely.
Yeah, but again, resilience. We're
resilience. We are Liberians. We can't conquer anything.
Liberia resilience.
Yeah,
But, it's great for you. Thank you so much for joining. Salamatu and
Pleasure
friends.
to be on Salamatu.
Okay, so first, I just want you to tell us a little bit about yourself so people understand why this is always super exciting to have you.
My name is Hawa Marvie. I'm the little Madingo girl that came from all the way, my district, way back in Lofakante. And I've lived in the state for a couple of years now. But most of what I did, my foundation actually started from Liberia. As a Liberian, I came here with the Madingo mentality that business is always the way to go. I've been in this country for over 20 years, and I can say within the 20 years, I've worked for myself for the past 17 years. And it have been a really good ride, no regrets. I have four wonderful children and four beautiful grandbabies. Um,
You don't look
yeah,
it. You don't look it, by the way.
I have four grandbabies. Most people, when I say that, they think it's a joke, but yeah, I have been really blessed. God have blessed me a lot. Yeah, and I own a business in America that have done this particular business I'm doing now. I have done it for the past 17 years. But prior to that, I had a daycare that I did for I think maybe 3 years. But before then, I have gone to Liberia. I did open a boutique on Benson Street. Not being Liberian trying to do business, that's a whole different webinar.
Yeah.
I was able to do that for a year or two and came back to the States and went back. Like you said, we are very resilient. We Liberian, we will make it happen. We will push, we get it done. We will fail in business and get up in business, but we'll stay continue. I went back and I opened a construction company. And right now, it's just on a downplay until things get better and I can go back. As of right now, I'm still doing my assisted living business. I'm trying to expand in the business. And I was able to reestablish the Association of Liberian Businesses in America.
Ah, so the ALBA, as it's known, by the acronym, was something that was actually there before, and then you just came back and restarted it.
Absolutely. Um, ALBA was LIBA USA.
Okay.
In 2007, I went to Liberia. I was on the plane going to Liberia, Ghana Airways. And while on the plane, I was so excited because we had a lot of businesses on the plane, foreign businesses that were going to Africa. My impression was they were going to Liberia until we stopped in Ghana
Hmm.
to refuel. We were refueling the plane. And while in Ghana, I saw people getting off. I'm like, okay, maybe they're going to get snacks or whatever and come back on the plane because I haven't been to Liberia for so long. And I thought that was the norm. That would stop to Ghana, people would get down and do things and come back and would leave. But when I saw that they were closing the doors of the plane, suddenly the plane was empty. And I asked the hostess, I don't think, actually I asked them, I said, what are you doing? And the man said, we are leaving, we're going to Liberia. I said, you're forgetting the people. All the people that was on the plane, the business people. He's like, no, we were not going to Liberia. And Solomon to my bubble was bust on that day. My bubbles were bust. I deflated. When you're so proudly talking to everyone, think you're networking, and these people are coming to my country, and I just got deflated when I was told they are not going to your country, girl. They're going to Ghana. And before the Civil War, Liberia was everything. All the businesses came to our country.
Yeah.
I can remember my parents had these row houses where my mom used to rent rooms to people that came from Mali, Ghana, Guinea, and other countries. They were all flooding into Liberia to do business. So I was under the impression they were coming back. And when I was told that those people were single in Liberia, I was really depressed. When I got to Liberia, all I could think about what have we done wrong and how can we fix it? I said nothing to anyone until I came back to the States. And I was able to ask the Ghanaians, what did you all do so much to take all those businesses to Ghana, away from Liberia? And a Ghanaian lady said, you know what, it has nothing to do with our government. It started with us in the diaspora. I'm like, what? She said, yeah. We have our business association. We put ourselves together right away. I called Liberia and I asked, do we have a Liberian business association? They say, yeah, you have one here. It's called LIBA, Liberia. It's just LIBA. So I flew back to Liberia and I met with Sam Mitchell back in the same year, actually, 2007. Yeah. And I told Sam, I said, Sam, we want to do this thing LIBA, want to do in America. And want to get it strong enough that we will come here and support this LIBA. We need to run businesses back to where it used to be, because what is going on is scary, and I could care less about politics. And Sam Mitchell said, if you're serious about this, you go to the States, think about it. If you come back, I know you mean business. I came to the States, we communicated for a while. After 7 months, it was 2008, I flew back to Liberia. And Sam Mitchell saw me, like, you really serious about this? I said, yeah. And we did a memorandum. And we established LIBA USA and LIBA Liberia. We were supposed to work together and network. I came back here. I was fortunate to put some really good friends together. Just starting, I didn't know what I was doing. So I may have made some wrong decisions then. Well, I'm not going to go into that because I don't do politics. I don't believe in scandalizing anyone's name. I know it didn't work out. It didn't go the way I wanted it to go. I really do not want ALBA, LIBA then, to be politicized in any kind of way. I wanted to stay strictly business. I'm truly out of politics. But then I didn't see it going that way, and I found myself out of it. People thought I was crazy, I was negligent. I didn't fight for what I thought was mine. I don't fight for anything. You know, I believe if for me, it will come back to me. It was depressing for a while there though, because I fought a lot for it. But I walked away from it. And I decided to rebrand it and reestablish it. And that's the best thing, Salamatu, I ever did. That's the best thing.
I do, you mentioned, the way the Ghanaians do it.
Yeah.
Our regional members right here in ECOWAS, and why we're seeing that connection between the diaspora and the businesses on the ground. And it's because they have strong network in the diaspora. What is in America is in Europe, and you're absolutely right.
The diaspora or the other nationalities?
I'm talking about places like Nigeria and Ghana. When you do talk to them, you're right, and that's one of the things they do mention, that
yeah.
In America, we have a strong network in Europe who want to connect with the businesses who are doing online. And it's not really this competition per se. No. It's really, we can partner. There's a lot of partnering. Are you starting to see that? Because that's one thing I always feel like it's missing. There's this fight, between maybe Liberians who are in the diaspora and Liberians who are on the ground for different reasons. For whatever the reasons are, that's another talk session. We can't talk.
All different sections.
But I always feel like that's what's missing. There are Liberians in the States who always say, we're not thinking about coming back to live, but we want to contribute towards the economy by partnering. But for some reason, it hasn't happened yet. What do you, because that's what I'm seeing, where you're driving with ALBA, that there should be this connection between what's here on the ground and what's there in the US. So what do you think that we need to do to make sure that happens?
First of all, that comes with trust. Liberian people, it's not easy to trust. We started by different tribalism. Oh, I'm of this tribe and you're this tribe, and because of that, we won't get along. And sometimes that moved into our personal and our business, habit. I believe the Liberian people right now, And I tell you, our number one goal is that we want to be able to put all our businesses together, regardless of if you're LIBA, if you ALBA, it doesn't matter the organization you are affiliating with. We just want to put all Liberian businesses together. We will come to that point, but we just need to build that trust. And we're supposed to be connecting with the businesses, like I have connected with you now. And the organization, we had a meeting the other day, focus on what you are doing. And I'm hoping to get in touch with LIBA Liberia. But you see, what we're doing here right now, Salamanti, you have to build a foundation. I can help you if I haven't helped myself. We want to build ALBA in America, in the diaspora, and make us as solid as we can. So when we come to help to build whatever association is in Liberia that is focused on bringing Liberian business together, we have the resources to do it. Most of the time people do things and want it to rush and happen overnight. It don't work like that. Most people get mad at me, like, how come you haven't charged membership dues yet? You having all these free webinars, you having workshops, you're not charging membership dues. I'm like, because we are trying to build our Liberian people trust. This is not a money-making thing for us. My only goal is for us to network with each other. You might be doing something that I may have vast knowledge of. And because you don't know I'm doing it, you will struggle. Like I'm doing assisted living. When I started assisted living, I knew no Liberian that have done assisted living. And I struggled. Having not been my willingness of getting things done and insisting that I must get it done, I would have given up. And I don't think another Liberian should go through that. I think if a Liberian wants to get something done and I have that knowledge, call me or call the association and we will guide you to doing it. Other nationalities are doing it. Look, Salamatu, we go for assisted living meetings and I'm sitting there and we go across the board. Where are my Liberian people? And I'm telling you, these girls have, when you say, I saw a girl who have a 50 bedroom. She's not Liberian. So I'm like, what happened to us? Where are our people at? This is something I have done for 17 years. I won't say I'm rich, but I'm comfortable. When Liberian people come and ask me for a job, I'm like, why don't you ask me how I did it so you can do it? You don't have to work for me.
But then that's a
challenge?
Because
it's not a challenge. It's a challenge though, but it's working. I can tell you a couple of Liberians right now who I can be like, huh, mama, that's your house. And when the COVID is over with a meeting, I will probably sit on top of that meeting and say, look at my Liberian girls. But that's the reason why Michael Jackson sang Liberian Girls. We are special.
Yes.
No, seriously. I'm not being biased. We got wonderful men in the association. But come on now, I'm a woman. And I know, I push for both men and women to get, the opportunity to do what I'm doing. I've done this for 17 years. Mom, I could work in my pajamas if I want to and make the same amount of money. I don't have to move a muscle if I don't want to. And that's something. Go ahead. So I'm not understanding you.
Okay. No, and maybe our brothers and sisters in Nigeria, and one of the reasons being the lack of trust, maybe the lack of resources, that we don't usually professionally network with each other to learn, pretty much to kind of gain knowledge, use each other for some kind of resource.
Yeah,
we're not doing that, and that's some big challenges.
No, we are doing that now.
Yeah,
we are doing in ALBA. We're doing that now, Salamatu. But I'm telling you, I'm so proud of it.
See differently, yeah. And just by looking at ALBA, I see a lot of women there.
Because the women work together very well.
I'm not saying
the men are coming in, though. The men are coming in. But
Okay.
men they have this pride that I'm a man. What are women doing? Even on our board, we have men on our board. I asked them, "Are you coming in?" Oh yeah, I sent my wife. Is this just a woman organization? No,
Yeah. I
we
get
are
it.
not
A lot of
restricted to just the women. We want to both men and women. But we have men coming in. Let me give an example. The other day, I'm trying to buy this facility, and I have this man who have always helped me. And I'm like, no, as much as I like him, I would rather give that to a Liberian person that's a realtor. And I put in the chat group, do we have any Liberian realtor? No one responded. And the commission from this is good. I would rather, when I have a plaque up there or there's a history when I'm going tomorrow, my children will say, okay, her consultant, well, my consultant is a woman, Lucretia Buster. She's with ALBA. She's one of our executives. I'm looking for a meal. As much I know we have women that can sell houses, but come on, guys. I know they're out there. Like now, we had a thing with a small business. Our people don't know where to get resources from. The last time we had the small business come into us, they said, look, we've been watching you all. We know what you're doing. And luckily for us, our financial secretary works for the American Small Business Association. And she is this director of finance there. So you see the connection we have right there. So right now we are trying right now to put things in place where we are asking our Liberians. We haven't asked for membership dues or anything. Bring your organization in, register with us. We're not asking you for dues yet. In the future, you will pay dues. Of course, the organization we have to run it. We need finances to run it. But for right now, come into us, join us, so we can know how many different, businesses we have. So when we want to put in for grant or something, or we want to say, listen, we like the last one we did was how to get contract with the American government. We want to say, look, we have enough plumbers here. Where is the bait where we can apply for our plumbers to bait for contract? Because if the plumbers come on an ALBA umbrella, maybe 4 or 5 plumbers send in the information. And this is something that I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So when we open this up to everyone, to all African nationalities, I was amazed to see how the Nigerians are calling. I'm like, no, I'm not answering that Nigerian man phone. I want my Liberian person. Where are they, Salamatu? What are we doing? What is it that we need to do?
like you said, this is not an overnight, change is not overnight. So it's coming, and it takes a lot of people like you to be in that position to say, you know what, even if 500 people don't want to join us, we're going to keep moving, and eventually
Oh yeah,
the 500 persons will benefit from it. And, I
it's okay. I have 4 of them.
And as we're talking about the connection, I wanted to ask you what sector your members who are currently members, even if they're not paying a membership fee at
Mhm.
this time.
Yeah, all members.
Yeah, what are some of the sectors that you're seeing that possibly when we publish this, people can be able to say, okay, well, I'm within that same field and I'm looking to connect. So even if we're able to connect 5 Liberian businesses, so what are some of the sectors that are heavily involved in ALBA?
Right now, we'll say we're diverse. We just not doing, I don't know. I can tell you right off here, I would say mostly healthcare.
Yeah, okay.
But then I will also say you have contractors. Then we have a lot of retailers, merchants, people who take merchandise to Liberia and bring merchandise here. And I'm trying to see one thing that is coming in a lot are electricians. A lot of electricians coming in.
We host this once a month Made in Liberia trade fair where we invite not just Liberians, but everybody who is producing or manufacturing or processing things in Liberia, we invite them to come and participate. Um, of course, we get more Liberian-owned businesses who are there, and we're talking about people within the agriculture sector who are producing, who are processing. Our entire agriculture chain, that value chain is missing all of the different parts. So we need other Liberians to come on board, and that's something we can talk about more. But we also have people within the textile. We have people who are making personal skin products. We have people who are, of course, the food, fresh vegetables, um, jewelry, soap, candles now that we have.
Are they exporting it?
But that's the thing. We're making it. There's some who are exporting, of course, on a smaller scale, but we've really been trying to provide a lot of knowledge on the African Growth and Opportunity Act to help people who want to export to the U.S. Obtain duty-free on some of these products, and of course get FDA approval. So that's been my passion anyway, for the last like 3 or 4 years.
And that's my girl.
Yeah, identify some of our
That's good.
businesses. And these micro and small businesses, when I talk about them, even though I'm not saying Liberian owned, but the general makeup of most of the businesses in Liberia, the Liberian owned tend to fall in that micro, small, and medium sized category. And then we have a lot of foreign owned that part of the medium and large category. So the focus has been the MSMEs, the micro, small, medium sized businesses, just kind of helping them be able to trade with the U.S. through AGOA and also with the region through the ECOWAS Trade Liberation Scheme. So there's opportunities here, but there's still challenges within getting your products from here to the end buyer in the U.S. And I think that may be some place where Liberians in the diaspora can step in, partnering per se. So, I mean, we can talk more about that later, but I think that's something they should, be aware of, that there are Liberian businesses here who, they have no dream of saying they're packing their stuff and going to America. And I know there are Liberians in America who say, I'm not packing my things and coming to Liberia, but I want to do business. And the way this whole COVID, the best thing that came out of COVID-19 for me is the fact that you can sit at your computer with internet and you can do business with people who are not in your country. So this should not be an excuse anymore that there's Atlantic Ocean in between us.
No. So Matu, so you networking.
Yes, networking.
Networking, I tell people the best thing I ever done in life was it's a network. I'm networking every day. And you know what an honor would be for us to network with our fellow Liberians, bringing in our made in Liberia product. Too many times I have gone into grocery stores, especially African grocery stores, and you see made in Ghana. You hardly see made in Liberia.
And sadly, I've been in an African store, let me say this, where the woman was sitting and she had one of those coal bags. If you're from Liberia, you know the coal bag, the bag that the charcoal come in.
Charcoal bag.
She had bunny in it and she was repackaging it. She, had the styrofoam with the plastic. And I asked her, I said, where is that from? It was a Ghanaian store. She said, she got the bunny from Liberia. But she was repackaging the bunny. Yeah. So there's no way we would know that probably, even if that's your bunny, that the bunny came from Liberia. And I know there's so many other products like that. But there's that opportunity, there's that link, there's that area where it's challenging for us to get our made in Liberia product from here to the U.S., where it represents us. We have our sticker on the packaging so people know that Liberia is actually producing XYZ. That link is missing. And possibly, that's what maybe the Liberian businesses in the U.S. Can partner with Liberians here on the ground. Or, if
That's something we would love to do that though.
okay,
You know, I went to Liberia. I made it my business to go in all the stores. Uh,
the
say
people
that again.
back to do business, that's fine too, because I moved here about 10 years ago this year. And I came
You
to
like living there for 10 years. That's good.
very
I,
challenging. But,
I look for wheat bread. I'm like, where's the wheat bread? No wheat bread. I gotta go.
you know, we
No,
were talking about this recently, about, the fact that some friends and I, that we've been here for that long. And, when people in the States say, you're brave and y'all have Liberia, I heard this quote about another country that is like a rose. So the part of the rose, you have the petals, it's very beautiful, and you have the thorn. So depending on how you grab that rose will determine
that's
if you imping or you like it. So,
true.
we're realizing that that's what Liberia is. It's home. It has its challenges, and it has the opportunities. But there's lots of opportunity here in a country of 4 million
Too
people.
much, Solomon, too.
And I don't even
There's too
know 4 million
much on the table.
yet. But
But you know what? When I went to Liberia, Solomon, too, I went to some supermarkets. And I should give them credence though for selling the main Liberia product. Actually, there's a guy I tried to see most of the Liberians are producing in Liberia, but my time in Liberia was so short. I went and I apologize for that every time I go home. And I'm like, this time around, I'm not apologizing. I'm going back and make it a point to make this happen and this be my mission to go to see these producers and see how we can probably bring in our made in Liberia product to the states and sell them or help our people get it over here because to get the SDA license or STEM it's not that difficult.
you
But because they don't live here, they don't have the contact. And another thing, and what we talked about previously, helping them do it, they will have no problem doing it. I went to Liberia, such a supermarket had honey. I don't know if you had that Liberian honey that is working on the mail. You have four of
honey,
them here.
this is the second time I've been asked about it today.
Yeah, the honey. I brought four of them right now. I think I have only one. I'm like, I need my mail. Like it is unique and different.
Honey won an award in Europe as the best honey in Africa. Yeah, by the way. Yeah,
Really? And
pure.
we need to make it the best honey in America because it will be the best honey in America.
What you know what?
I'm telling you, I need to know who producing that honey
We
on a serious note.
yeah, we know her. The people,
But
yeah.
then we need to tell.
What you decide? Awesome.
It's the bomb.
Yes.
That honey is the bomb. I'm telling you. I brought it and my daughter the other day, I sent her to buy honey. She said, Mommy, no honey tastes like that honey. I'm like, but honey, you cannot finish my honey. You gotta leave it. That's my like honey. And I really need to know who's fixing that honey because they can actually have it exported here and go through all the food
Package
process.
and well
We
packaged.
can package it here actually.
Mm.
We can have someone in the organization that is into that. We have Liberians that have grocery stores and they will want to have that export imported into America. It's time for us to export from Liberia. We need to get things out of Liberia. We have fufu. I have a girlfriend in Liberia that used to sell fufu.
Yeah.
I brought some of her fufu here before and it was so good. But it's not on our shelves here. We need to have it in the stores. So look, it's time that we put all our differences aside
And
and make Liberian business a priority.
the Kisawa Fufu Mix. That's the Liberia Business Incubator, Ruby.
Incubator. I think about Rugi Barry.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
we got out in it, but one, the Made in Liberia Fair is on August 29th. So, yes, on the
Why
side.
you already invite, you all should have invited ALBA to have sent a representative to Liberia.
Oh,
So,
but you know what? Let me say that how we do it every month, the last Saturday of every month.
no, not every month. Oh.
Huh?
I mean, you just do a big one, not every month now. If you just did a really big one.
You know how we can do it next month. But in the interim, if your members are interested, I think this time we want to go live on Facebook so people can, of course, get to see. This is the first time we've done it since
Yes.
COVID started. We hadn't been doing it for the past 3 months. So we're having them come back. We have about 20 businesses who are signed up so far.
Okay.
They let her wait till last minute, but because of
What's the businesses in Liberia? You got more than that.
that social distancing, we mind. And then with the
Okay.
smaller business, the smaller number, you get to focus on the people who are participating. So
Okay.
then that way we can talk to them. People can see. We'll provide a contact. So if there's any connection that needs to be made, it's a great way to make it. And then of course, I'm always open. Maybe the following month we can plan something that's a little bigger. Between us and ALBA, so that's not a problem. We can
do a webinar and let your people bring in the merchandise. We do something live.
Yeah.
And then from there we can take it to these stores. We have sample of these things sent to us.
Okay. So what? Get your own people ready on that side. We get my
people. My people are always ready. I'm telling you.
We will have a pitching, so people can tell you.
Yeah, let's do that.
That's So
this is the time we have to. I mean, we can't wait. What we're waiting for?
I know.
Who's gonna do it for us? It have to be us doing it for ourselves. No one's gonna do that for us,
They will come collect all our products and they will take it, and the next thing you know, they will be saying, "Oh, it's from Ghana."
Exactly. We'll see in the store. I'll be like, I tested that product before. Liberian made it, but it only made in Ghana because the Ghanaians here are helping that people bring the product over. That's why we have an organization now. We're like, listen, this is not about us anymore. This is about putting Liberian businesses back on the map. And Salamatu, if that the last thing I'll do before I wave my grave, we have to put Liberian businesses back on the map.
Yeah, but Hawa, it's not difficult to do. Maybe it's not we won't be able to do in the shortest of time, but that's something definitely we can do. I know we're running out of time now. So any last words before we go? Of course, when this is over, I will make sure I'll put ALBA's information at the end so people can get in touch with you. Want to encourage people to get in touch with you. And again, I know before this we talked about it. Charge them for that fee. If that $1, charge them because you're working really hard. And people need to understand that there's a value attached to what you're doing. So a
whole lot of money attached to it.
Charge them. So
there will be dues. They were begged to pay dues. They were begged to be part of it. Because like I said, we're working behind the scene. I know exactly what we're doing. Liberian people that like to see things happen. Then they run into it. So when they come running to it, unfortunately, you came in too late. So you have to pay the fees. That we have to charge fees. We're not trying to run anyone away, but it's not free. Everything we're doing right now, our executive thing, man, Salamatu, I'm so blessed. We have the best, oh my God, the best team ever. God save the best for you if it belongs to you. And I mean, our Liberian people, I really encourage, and the team we have working together, God just put the best group of people together to work on ALBA. And they're doing very well. I'm so proud of them. Sometimes I pinch myself, I'm like, wow, ALBA, you're going too fast, slow down. And the team tells me, oh, it's too late, we're moving on. I'm like, you go, girl. Yeah, boys.
And also, let me please pass the message on to your members. There is the private sector actually got together. I don't know if you heard of LIPSEC, the Liberian Private Sector Engagement Committee. And the whole idea of this is to track private sector's donation towards COVID. So all the donations that people have been making, whether it's in the US, whether it's in Liberia, but if the response has been benefiting from it through cash or gift in kind, there's a portal that was created by PwC, and ArcelorMittal is the other sponsor of it. So it's a platform. You can go on there, log in your donation. Now, the good thing about it, as I was telling you, most of our businesses here, micro, small businesses. The U.S. government has agreed because they know that, that particular group has honestly suffered more than anybody. So they've agreed that if we're able to raise a certain amount of money through gift in kind or cash that was given towards the response already. If we're able to show that we raised that much money, we contributed that much to the response, they will match it with, money, of course, through USAID. And then that money that they match will be given to our micro and small businesses that are identified. So let people know
Well,
that
they will give it to the micro small business.
market peers, yeah, like the market women, yeah, they would
Uh,
just little stipend to help them because we're talking 3 months that there are people who weren't able to sell, they weren't, and it's going to take a while for us to recover from this. So there
did you say did you say PWC?
PwC, yeah, Price Water and Cooper, they donated by building the platform. So there's
Yeah, I think the reason why I'm showing this is because our ambassador here,
yes,
Patton,
that's the
he
path.
actually did send it. Yes, he did send it to our organization.
Yeah, and he's been
Yeah,
so
because, yeah, he did. He did pass it on.
okay.
So
So
I said no for the beginning, but he did pass it on to all of us.
yeah, because it's the private sector that responded to this pandemic, honestly, and we need to be able to see that. Yeah, private sector actually stepped up, regardless of the challenges they were having, and they responded in such a good way. But nevertheless, I will stop talking a lot. I will send you the information, and thank you and your team so much.
Yeah, thank you for having us, Salamatu.
Women in there. That were plenty of women doing it. I'm sure there's guys there, but I saw the women. So, but thank you.
Salamatu. We're making it happy, right?
Guys. We're
We
making.
said we're not bad, no, but we're making it happy.
They won't got a business. They won't got a business. No, but we're making it happen. Of course,
We're making it happen. The men were joining. The men are our backbones. They got us.
yeah, they're good. We thank them.
We'll carry them on our shoulders. Salamatu, it was really good talking to you. Thank you so much.
With you. Thank
And
you.
I'm looking forward to all the information you have that you want us to join to do work along with you. Salamatu, that's the best thing I ever got from this whole thing is networking.
Yes.
So if we get network, we'll put Liberian businesses on the map as soon as possible. So
Okay.
let's make it happen. Let your main Liberia know that we do have Made in America here. We can have them help the other organizations for Liberia. We can collaborate and make big things happen.
All right, Hawa. So I will be in touch. Thank you, and keep doing you. I'm loving it.
Thank you.
All right. Good night now.
Power to the women. Thank you, Salamatu. Be safe, okay?
All right. You too. Be safe.